Joe the plumber.
Of course, Joe the plumber.
He won, and small businesses won across America. They won because the American people are not going to let Senator Obama raise their taxes in a tough economy.
McCain won't let go of the new political icon he made famous, hoping he's finally found a way to connect with voters on the issue they care most about.
You know what Senator Obama had to say to Joe? He wanted to spread his wealth around. Wants government to take Joe's money and give it to somebody else.
But even in fiscally conservative suburban Philadelphia, where McCain campaigned for the second time this week, warning voters about Obama's economic policies is just part of his struggle. His biggest challenge, detaching himself from the unpopular president.
As I mentioned last night to Senator Obama, I'm not George Bush. If he wanted to run against George Bush, he should have run 4 years ago.
Applause for an anti-Bush line at a GOP rally, a stunning illustration of the political climate. McCain launched a new TV ad with the same message.
The last 8 years haven't worked very well, have they?
For the first time in weeks, an ad talking about his plans, not hitting Obama's.
Your savings, we'll rebuild them. Your investments, they'll grow again. We got 19 days to go. We're 6 points down.
But given that hard, cold reality, McCain aides say their urgent goal now is convincing supporters to keep at it.
We never give up. We never quit. We never hide from history. We make history.
And McCain advisors insist their data still shows that support for Obama in key battleground states is actually soft. Things aren't necessarily as dire as they seem. But, Wolf, if you just look at McCain's travels for the next several days through the weekend, I think we have a map to illustrate it. It shows what a defensive posture he's in. He's going to be in Florida, North Carolina, Virginia, and Ohio. Those are all states, of course, that President Bush, the Republican, won in 2004, and he's trying to defend them.
And what about Pennsylvania? Any plans?
Joe the plumber, people like Joe the plumber. To Joe the plumber, Joe, you're rich. Congratulations.
He poked fun at McCain for repeatedly addressing a plumber Obama met on the campaign trail.
He's trying to suggest that a plumber is the guy he's fighting for. How many plumbers do you know making $250,000 a year?
And Obama continued to press that McCain would be no different than President Bush.
I'm not running against George Bush. I'm running against all those policies of George Bush that you support, Senator McCain.
Obama's campaign launched a new TV ad to back it up.
You may not be George Bush, but I voted with the president over 90% of the time.
In the primary,
Officials, listen to this.
One of the things that me and my friends talk about a great deal is, the politicians are the nobles, we are the serfs, okay? I mean, we are the peasants as far as they're concerned. You know, they give us back a little bit, and that's wrong, you know? They're not entitled.
Our next guest speaks to regular Joes every single day. The conservative radio and TV commentator Glen Beck, who's part of our CNN family. He's the host of the Glen Beck Show here on Headline News. What do you think about this whole Joe the plumber out of the blue becoming a star?
I love it. And by the way, Joe, I think you should absolutely change your name of your business to Joe the plumber. You should have that on the vans.
Already there's somebody else out there we saw on the web who's getting bombarded. Got a website, Joe the plumber. A real plumber someplace else.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Bill the candlestick maker too. I think this is just these candidates trying so desperately to relate to the everyday man.
So-called real people.
Yeah, they're so far away from real people, and I think that's why after 2 years, this country is still looking at these two going, I don't know. I mean, can I vote for that guy? I don't know. You know.
In other words, they're saying, is this the best we could have done?
Yeah, because neither of them instinctively. I think most Americans are like, I don't know. I don't know who he is. And after 2 years of going through this, we still don't know. You watch. There will be.
There's around 8 or 10% who say they're undecided.
Right. And the day one of these guys is elected, there's going to be a press release that says, "I know I said this on the campaign trail. Things have changed," and you watch. It'll happen almost immediately.
It always happens. Campaign promises. You know, the situation changes. Did McCain do last night what he needed to do? Because as you know, in all these polls, he's significantly behind.
Yeah. No, I don't think he. I don't think he did. I mean, I thought he was good, but he had to be Ronald Reagan, and he's just not Ronald Reagan. He's not. Look, he needs somebody to be able to look into the camera and be able to say, "America, you don't trust me, you don't trust him," and the reason why is because we've been lying to you the whole time. This whole government has been telling you half-truths and non-truths for long enough. So look, here's the bad news. Blah, blah, blah. And here's exactly what I'm going to do, and I mean what I say. If he could have connected with the American audience, and also neither of them, you know, the Republicans need to police the Republicans, and the Democrats need to police the Democrats. They need to get the bad out, the ones who are involved in scandal and double talk and everything else. People need to unite.
What was the basic line, if there was a basic line you heard from your listeners out there on talk radio today? What were they saying to you about the
I think the number one line was, for John McCain, good.
Relatively speaking.